so let's look at your first oracle card. This card is going to represent the energy that kind of exists between the two of you. What's bonding you together? What's holding this connection together? What is what's taking place in that space between? So we have card 44, solar eclipse, and this card says revolution. Okay, we're getting off to a strong start with this one, with this double number here, this 44. So there is kind of this mirrored, this is a mirrored number. So I'm finding this very interesting. I think this is a little bit more interesting for me as the reader than it might be for each of you selecting different piles, because what I will tell you is this feeling of mirrored energy or balance and some kind of like stability has been present in all the readings so far. So I'm a little bit like mind blown to see this 44, because I'm getting the same kind of vibes here, mirrored, very balanced, like equals on both sides. So yeah, I'm relating this to the idea of partnership. That's already pulling me back to the rose quartz. That is kind of this feeling of unity and love. So I'm being pulled to that energy there, partnership, balance, equality, things like that. I feel like your guides are really highlighting that balance that you feel in the soulmate connection. The way the two of you provide stability for each other and kind of balance each other out. So you might find with this person that you have similar qualities, you have different qualities, you have qualities that seem to complement each other, or you're strong where they are weak, and vice versa. Things like that, because fours give me the feeling of stability. They even talk about like the home life. So interesting, that's going to be a section of this reading, but it's like I'm kind of getting vibes about the home life here and the balance that you find in the home life. It could be something about the roles that you play or something like that. We're going to look deeper into it, but yeah, very nice energy on each side of this, balancing each other out. I want to say like bolstering each other up. I'm not even exactly sure what that could mean in this connection. So this could be about like encouragement or like a sense of stability or comfort around each other, because we are talking about that energy of the home. So there could be this feeling of comfort when you are around each other. This idea of the number 4, especially coming out doubled like this, is really making me think of the heart chakra, which is the 4th chakra. So this could kind of be highlighting that heart-centered connection that you feel with your soulmate. And I wouldn't be surprised if for a lot of you 4s are significant to your partnership in some way. You might meet this person in April, or you might celebrate a significant event on the 4th of the month. This might even be a number that the two of you end up connecting over in some way. I just heard 4-letter name. So this could be that your soulmate's name is a 4-letter name, or that could be your name or a middle name or something like that. I just heard 4-letter name. So if that rings a bell for some of you, then great. That's some confirmation for you. Interesting that we have this energy of the 4th chakra and rose quartz, which is known to correspond with the 4th chakra. So yeah, these stones are tying into your reading. They're definitely tying into your reading. So let's look at this this revolution, this idea of revolution that's coming through with this energy that's bonding the two of you. Revolution is kind of just like another way to say change, and we dealt with a lot of themes of change and transformation in reading number 2. So there might be similarities between your reading and number 2. If you did feel called to that reading as well, then there could be a message for you in that reading. Now, for some reason, for your soulmate connection, I feel called to talk about what things are like when you first meet this person, or when you first met this person. Your guides are correcting me. Some of you have already met this person. They're like, no, when they met. Yeah. A lot of messages coming through. Hold on, give me a second. I think for a lot of you, this connection will seem like it comes out of nowhere, or like it came out of nowhere if this is something you've already experienced. Revolution is like change, transformation on steroids. This is how this is coming through. So like a lot of change, maybe something even very fast, something that happens very fast, something that's unexpected. I feel like this connection might shock you. And for some of you, I'm hearing that it might even happen at not only a time that's unexpected, but even as far as an inopportune time. And it kind of changes you from the inside out. So for some of you, this is a connection that comes into your life at a time where you're like, I'm not. Like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not even, no. It could be that things in your life are crazy at the time, or oh gosh, this is connected to a move for some of you. I just kind of got this, message that for some of you, this happens right when you're about to move, or right when this person's about to move. It's like you meet them and then they're going away, or something's ending, something's coming to an end, and there's some either need to separate or a threat of separation as soon as you meet this person. So in that way, it's like it might feel like it's bad timing. It might feel like it's not what you were looking for, not what you were expecting. This could even be you go somewhere and it's like, I went here for this purpose and instead I met my soulmate. And it could just like throw you off. Like, that's not why I came here. I don't have time for this soulmate, that type of energy, but it feels like something that really changes you. Like, it's nothing you can ignore. Let me just put it like that. You can't ignore this because it is this revolutionizing kind of energy that's taking place inside of you, no matter what the timing on this is. It's like, the timing doesn't matter. As inopportune as it might seem to you, as crazy as it might seem to you, as fast as it might seem to you, it doesn't matter. Another thing that you might find with the soulmate connection is that because we're dealing with this solar eclipse energy, the solar eclipse happens when the sun and the moon are in opposition, but they're perfectly aligned. So the moon kind of obscures the sun from our view. You might find that this is someone that you don't see at first, someone that you don't notice at first. It could even be someone that you feel like you kind of missed, almost like you were two ships passing in the night. So this could be someone that you were in close physical proximity with for a while before you met them, or before this connection was revealed to you. But it doesn't have to be that. The solar eclipse energy doesn't have to be that. You could literally be across the world from each other, but with this solar eclipse energy, it's like the two of you are in perfect alignment. You're perfectly attuned to each other, like we were talking about the sun and the moon being in perfect alignment. So yeah, I'm getting kind of excited about this for you guys. It's like you guys are in sync, you're in tune, even if there's a lot of space between you, even if there's like a lot of time since you've seen this person. It's like maybe the events of your life are lining up. It might feel like things are corresponding in your life and in their life, or the two of you are having very similar thoughts. You're in very similar places. You might be in a similar spot in terms of your personal development, your spiritual growth, something like that. Perfect alignment. So it's like you and your soulmate have a lot in common, and I think that you kind of click over your shared interests, over also a mutual attraction. That's again that feeling of being in perfect alignment. There might even be something that the two of you relate on when it comes to like your upbringing or your life experiences, some kind of similarity there, but you're also very different at the same time. It's an interesting dynamic. So I think you really challenge each other, and that's why this this growth and this transformation is so revolutionary. It's such a big change that happens inside of you because there is a challenge here. There is like an opposing force here. If you think about the differences between the sun and the moon, there's a lot. I won't get into listing them here, but like there's a lot of differences when it comes to the sun and the moon, even the roles that they play in our life. A lot of differences. So I do believe the two of you challenge each other, and it's like you connect over these certain things. You see eye to eye, you're in perfect alignment over some things, and other things it's like you have a totally different view, you have a totally different experience, and that's mind blowing to both of you. It's like it really opens you up to a lot of new ideas, a lot of growth potential here, to see things from a completely different perspective. That's such an interesting dynamic. I really keep hearing same but different. Same but different. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I wonder what that means specifically for you, because yeah, there's gonna be so much you line up on, and then there's gonna be some things that are like you're totally different. There's some significance for some of you regarding your zodiac signs. And I feel like for a lot of you, this is specifically your sun sign. It might not be though. We're here with the moon energy too. This might be your sun. This could be your sun or your moon. Interesting. I feel like the two of you, if there is some sort of significance when it comes to like your birthday, your sun sign in particular, it might be that your opposite signs, like Aries and Libra, or Taurus and Scorpio, Gemini and Sagittarius, and so on, opposite signs on the zodiac. And it could even be that you're very, very close to each other on the zodiac wheel. So your guides are for some reason highlighting some kind of significance or synchronicity around your astrological placements, and this could either be one of the things that you're very similar about or something you're very different about. So it just kind of depends on what your scenario is. It's like your differences are what allow you to create so much change in each other. And I feel like if the beginning of your connection is marked by some sort of huge change or like a shift, it's like it just feels like this idea of this change, especially if this is how your connection first begins. This is a place where the two of you always come back to. Like, you always feel comfortable in this place of implementing changes and growing together because the two of you sparked such a change in one another right from the beginning. So this is a very, very powerful connection. Yeah, it's giving me all the feels. I feel like this is somebody that, like, once you know, you know. You might not recognize this at first. This could feel like something that kind of flies under the radar at first, but it's like once this occurs to you, yeah, you can't unsee it. It's like you know the significance of this connection. So the next portion of the reading, I want to look at what your strengths are and your weaknesses, both of you, in this connection. So we're going to start with you, and we're going to start with your strengths. What are your strengths in this soulmate connection? What are you bringing to the table? What are you excelling at? How are you helping this relationship to grow? So we have the Path card coming out for you. I love that. You have a really good sense of direction, I will say. And that could be literally or figuratively. So you might be somebody who's like, I know which way to go. I know which way is north. It might be literally that you have a good sense of direction. For some of you, this is figurative. You have a good sense of where you want to go in life. You have a good sense of where you are going, and also where you've been and what you learned, what you picked up along the way. So your biggest strength and what you're contributing the most to this connection is really, it's a sense of direction. I think that your soulmate can kind of rely on you to always know what the next step is or what the way forward is. Your guides are joking with me, and it's kind of distracting. Your guides are joking with me that some of you have an absolutely terrible sense of direction in the literal sense, and that was funny to you. So they're kind of laughing along with you because you're like, I couldn't find my way out of a paper bag. I can barely find my way home. Is like kind of how this is coming through for some of you, but this really is more in a figurative sense. Your guides got a kick out of that one. This is in a figurative sense, so it's like you have a direction for this connection. You kind of like, you have a vision, you've seen where you want this to go. I feel like this is really something that is driving the connection forward. Your vision for this, not only for this relationship, but also for your life, is driving this connection forward. Now, this can talk about your journey and your path in life even before this connection takes physical form. I think you are a person who has learned a lot, is how this is coming through for me. You have, you've challenged yourself to grow. You've challenged yourself to look for answers and to become the best version of yourself that you can be. And this is really a quality that your soulmate admires in you. I feel like in a lot of ways you have the ability to kind of shine a light in the dark places. You can light the path. I'm almost getting hermit vibes from this. So like Virgo energy coming through, but it's like, you know, the hermit is in the dark and in a reflective period, but he also has that lamp. I wish I had a hermit card handy to show you, but it's like he has that lamp that's kind of guiding him. It's showing the next step forward. And I feel like this is really where you are strong, knowing that next step. It's not so much that you always have to take a leadership role in this connection, although I do think that you are a good leader, but it's like you definitely have the vision. You have a vision that provides a lot of direction for your continued journey with your soulmate. So you provide some structure here. You provide some hope, a dream, a vision that you are able to share with this person. And your past experiences, your struggle, and the lessons that you've learned are also a big asset to this relationship. Talking about your path and like where you've come from, what information you've picked up along the way, what you've learned along the way. This is something that is greatly appreciated in this connection, and it just provides a lot of guidance. So let's look at your soulmate's strength and see what your soulmate is offering to this connection, what they are excelling at. That's kind of how I'm thinking about it. What does this person excel at in this connection? Okay. That card really flew out. We have the Moon card. This card showed up in reading 2? I think in reading 2. I like that. I'm sensing a similarity here. Even the background of both of these cards, it almost looks like it's the same landscape. It looks like this could be the water off in the distance, and like that skyline kind of continues. So that's that similarity again. That's that energy that the two of you are really in alignment about, in total alignment. Yeah, so this is really, it's very interesting that like path is your strength in this relationship. And I was given the image of you lighting the path, kind of lighting the way forward. And then we have the Moon card showing up as your soulmate strength in this relationship. And the Moon kind of deals with things that are hidden, that are kind of under the cover of darkness. In this case, this is about illuminating things that are hidden. But it's a very different approach. So that's kind of that energy again of you and your soulmate being very much alike, but also very different. We were also talking about the sun and the moon being in complete alignment with the solar eclipse energy. And I kind of feel like this is a reiteration of that message, with you showing up in more of that light or that sun energy. This could even be Leo energy for some of you, and your soulmate kind of displaying that moon energy, which could be Cancer energy. I'm also getting Pisces vibes here. This is interesting. A lot of astrological references are coming through for you, and that hasn't been happening in the other readings. So I just wonder if that's really significant, or the two of you might be really into astrology or something like that, because I really haven't been getting those messages so much. It's like the two of you are kind of this dynamic duo, because the moon energy really helps to like bring emotions to the surface and process through them. And the moon can be about facing our fears, about bringing what's hidden from us into the light, and it's very emotional energy. And the path is all about moving forward. So I just get this sense of like processing and moving forward. And that's something that happens really naturally between the two of you. This way to like process through emotions, process through events, and keep moving, keep progressing, keep growing. Your soulmate is really good at sensing your emotional needs as well, and they bring them to the surface. It's like they kind of find the lesson or the value in whatever circumstance you're facing, and they reveal that to you, they show that to you. So I do feel like there is this similarity in terms of lighting things up, illuminating things, making room and making space to move forward. But like I was saying before, you have different ways of going about that, and I think these ways really do complement each other. So that's beautiful energy, and that's more of what was coming through. Same but different. Interesting. Okay, let's look at your weaknesses now, or your challenges. So where are you challenged? Let me shuffle this deck. I don't think I shuffled this deck. Where are you challenged in this relationship? What challenges will you face in this soulmate connection, or what's kind of like difficult for you in this soulmate connection? Let's see. Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay, we have the the Seven of Wands. Your card flew like behind me, so it kind of threw me off a little bit. I didn't know I was going to be dodging cards. We have the Seven of Wands coming out for you in terms of challenges, weaknesses, struggle that you might face in this connection. So I feel like trusting this connection can be challenging for you at times, or maybe in the beginning. Sometimes we kind of have our defenses up, and we're used to having our defenses up. We're used to protecting ourselves. It's kind of like a very old, an old habit, like a very well ingrained and familiar habit that can be hard to break. So I feel like once you know that this person is on your side, and that they're not your enemy, they're not out to get you, I believe that these defenses will come down, and it'll be easier for you to continue to bring that wall down. Even when you start to feel it creeping back up, it's like you'll be able to fall back on the fact that you know this person wants the best for you. This, to me, feels like something that evolves over time, and that you're able to release any kind of defensive feelings that you have, or any type of protective energy, because this actually feels like a connection where the two of you are very bonded and very close. So it's like you're not going to really feel a need to have a wall up, and you'll learn that through getting to know this person. With this Path card showing up, it has me kind of focusing on your journey so far, and if there have been challenges, or there have been situations that you felt like they kind of left you feeling disappointed, or they left you feeling like you have to fight all of your battles, all your own battles, or fight your battles on your own and protect yourself, especially protect your heart. A lot of this is learned behavior, but it's like those walls, you want to let those walls down. It's interesting because this is the first time that in the challenges, this feels like something that is more of maybe a temporary challenge for you, something that might happen in the beginning of the relationship, but it kind of eases up and settles over time once you get to know this person and you trust the situation more. It's kind of like once you have more life experience with this person, you really start to feel that protective energy fade away, because this is somebody that is on your side. Like, that's how this message is coming through. Even in this challenge, it's like you're starting to learn that this person's really on your side. They have your best interests at heart. They want to defend and protect you. so you don't have to defend and protect yourself against them. And it's like, it'll take some practice for you, but through repetition and through witnessing this person showing up for you and being on your team, you're going to start to see that you can put that wand down. You can stop fighting. You know, you can become a little bit more vulnerable. You don't have to be protected like that. Now, because we've also talked about the differences between the two of you, this can show that sometimes there's a little bit of a challenge when it comes to coming around to their way of thinking. So in some things you guys are on the same page, you're in perfect alignment. In other ways, you'll have differences, and it can be maybe a little hard for you to see things from their point of view at times, especially when your point of view is very different from theirs. This is kind of giving me the feeling of letting go of your own idea to kind of make room for theirs. So it can be hard to release. This is just really just giving me a feeling of stubbornness in a way. Like, it's just really, I think this displays itself as stubbornness, or kind of digging your heels in at times and wanting to maintain your stance on something. And this can kind of point to like an argumentative nature a little bit. So this could be like wanting to fight, wanting to fight for your point of view, wanting to fight for your preferences or something like that, and just kind of having like a little bit of stubborn, a little Taurus energy is how it's coming through, a little bit of stubborn energy here. Yeah. Let's look at your soulmate's challenges when it comes to this connection, where they're going to struggle. Wow. Okay. You had two cards pop out for your soulmate. So the first one we have is the Five of Wands. Same but different. Oh my gosh. And we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. Okay. Yeah, you guys are a lot alike. You're a lot alike, and yeah, sometimes I think maybe it can cause a little bit of a challenge for you. It can cause a little bit of an argument, or kind of just the desire for both of you to like just maintain your stance, defend your position type of thing. I'm seeing a similar energy here. So that's just funny, because we're talking a lot about how the two of you are so much alike. So it's almost like when you do run across a difference that you have, the part of you that's the same, maybe the part of you that wants to not budge from your point of view, or you want to get your point across, or whatever it is, that part of you is the same for both of you. And it's like the similarity kind of shows itself when the differences show itself. I really hope that makes sense. You can both get a little stubborn at times, and there's definitely a similarity here. There might be a need or a desire for you both to argue your point if you have a disagreement, rather than talk it out as calmly as you could. And this isn't what would happen all the time, every time you have a disagreement, but this is where you might run into a challenge. So the bottom line is, the bottom line is, wherever you find that difference, you're also going to find your similarity. You're going to find the argumentative side, or the stubborn side, reveal itself. I feel like there could be like some heated debates, some passionate debates that go on between the two of you. Also, because we had the Seven of Cups in reverse come out, so this might be something, I feel like, the stubborn quality is on both ends, but this is indecision to me. So your soulmate might sometimes struggle with a little bit of an indecisive nature. They might be somebody who tends to get overwhelmed by a lot of choices, a lot of options, and it can kind of stall them. I feel like this is probably why they appreciate the sense of direction that you provide here with this path energy. because when they do find themselves in a place of overwhelm or like in an anxious place, you have a way of really calming them down and making things a lot easier for them to navigate. You might just help them to like see things more clearly, point out like what the different options are, what the best option would be, or something like that. Maybe just discuss it with them, but it does feel like it helps them to see things more clearly. So this person might struggle a little bit when they are overwhelmed. They might struggle to make decisions, and that is that's a way that they're challenged in this relationship. So let's pull some oracle cards. I want to look now at the day-to-day with your soulmate. So what is like your everyday life with your home life is kind of how I'm thinking about it, and also any peeks into the romantic connection that we can get. I think we've already gotten some clues. There's definite chemistry here, and there's really like a pure love kind of feeling that we got from that rose quartz and that heart chakra energy. So very interesting there. I feel like there is a romantic a really strong romantic connection here. So for your home life, for your everyday, we have the adversity card, and we're going to clarify that. Tarot deck. We're going to clarify this. This card says, I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. I'm already getting a vibe from this card. This card can come across kind of negative. It's not doing that right now. I'm actually kind of getting a feeling that what stands out to you is the way that you two are able to face life's challenges together and resolve problems together. We have the wheel of fortune. It's called the wheel in this deck. Card 10 come out. Yeah. The way that the two of you are able to navigate life together, navigate challenges, problems, or whatever, I feel like almost a sense of gratitude, this sense of like being lucky. Lucky to have this partner. It's like you feel really lucky that you have each other, that you have someone to go through life with, you have someone to make life's challenges easier for you, someone to listen to you, someone to hear you out. Yeah. I feel like just the ups and downs of life are so much easier to navigate with your soulmate by your side. And there is like just this feeling of appreciation for that. And this is showing up in your home life, your everyday life. So this is giving you the feeling that like there's a lot of comfort in your home life. It's like this is a place that you like to be. It can feel like maybe the world outside is challenging, maybe the world is crazy, but you have this sense of comfort. The fours. I'm being brought back to the fours. That's where that's coming from. Earlier we were talking about the feeling of like home being significant here, your home life being significant, or like being very comfortable there. And I think that that's what this is. It's like the two of you are a safe haven for each other, and you feel very lucky and very appreciative to have this person in your life, because as crazy as the world gets, you know, you can always come back to this person that has your back, to somebody who's going to help you to solve the problems that you're going through, or, you know, help you through any challenging times. I feel like when we're looking at your day-to-day life, the word that's coming to mind is teamwork. Is that one word? Teamwork is coming to mind though. Yeah, that like you work together to solve problems. You never have to face a problem alone. And that's kind of the vibe I was getting too with the Seven of Cups in reverse and the Path. It's like when your soulmate feels overwhelmed, when they feel like they don't know what decision to make, they don't know what choice to make, they know they can turn to you. They know that you will be there for them to like talk things through, to figure things out. And when you're maybe having a hard time figuring out what you're feeling, because I feel like their strength is really in this moon energy, which is very watery. So there might be times where you struggle to figure out what you're feeling, or to process through some sort of emotion, or it's just like you just need a shoulder to cry on. That's the role that they play. Very interesting. I feel like also this oh, that's interesting. Okay, I'm hearing that your home life, I must have missed something because we're circling back. I'm hearing that your home life, it is very harmonious in the way that like each of you has your own roles to play, and it feels like the two of you kind of stay in your own lane in a way. Like you get out of each other's way. There are certain things that one of you excels at and certain things the other excels at, and you just both kind of play to your strengths and work as a team. That's the tie-in. It's that teamwork. And this, I do think, kind of translates into your romantic life as well. Feels like there's reciprocity there. It feels like it's more of an equal give and take, that you each have your roles to play. One of you might be super romantic or like to do certain things to kind of like spice up your romantic life, and it's like you just let each other be who you are. I don't know, it feels very it feels like there's a lot of acceptance here in your day-to-day life. There's a lot to explore with each other. There's a lot that you feel you're on the same page about, and a lot that's different about you, and that's what keeps things interesting. But it's also like, it's a way that you appreciate each other. You appreciate like, oh, you're great at that, so I'll relinquish control and let you handle that part because you're really good, and I'm good at this thing. So yeah, it just feels like a really nice balance. And again, I keep coming back to this energy of like, you're very happy, you feel very lucky to have this person in your life. So that says a lot, that speaks a lot to this connection, to have that sense of gratitude on a day-to-day basis. So I'm going to use a different oracle deck now, and we're going to look at how the two of you relate to each other in general, and also look specifically into your communication in this connection. So let's see how the two of you are communicating. What's communication like? How are you relating to each other in this soulmate connection? We have expect miracles. I love that. Let's clarify that. Let's clarify that energy. I feel like your communication, it must be better than you thought it was going to be, or better than you've experienced in past relationships. It could be that one or both of you has had relationships where it's like the communication has been the downfall, and you just wish that the communication could have been more clear, could have happened more easily between the two of you. And it's like, with this expect miracles, I just have this feeling, it's like, oh my gosh, you might think it's miraculous how easily the two of you generally communicate. I was seeing that there could be a little bit of argumentative nature between the two of you, or this doesn't even actually have to be actual like communication arguments. It could just be stubbornness in general that doesn't even affect your communication at all. But in general, when things are running smoothly, it looks like the communication and the way that you relate to each other is going well. Like it's smooth. Okay, we have the 10 of inspiration, so that would be the 10 of wands, and it came out in the reverse. Yeah. This is like putting some kind of burden behind you, and I feel like communication could have been a burden for you in the past. It could have been like a real challenge for you in the past, even in this connection. Wow, yeah, even in this connection, if you've had a period of no contact, or if you experience a period of no contact with this person, this is like, once the two of you are together, you're putting that, like the weight of that behind you, you're putting the worry about that behind you because the communication is flowing. I'm getting that lucky energy again with expect miracles. So it's like you feel really lucky about how the two of you are able to live your life together, how the two of you are able to communicate. And there is, again, kind of this feeling of a willingness of being able to release control to each other, to surrender to each other, and that vulnerability. Interesting. Because we were talking about that with the 7 of Wands. So yeah, definitely there's vulnerability here. So the conversations that you have with this person, they're in depth. You can reveal your truth when you communicate with this person. You don't have to feel afraid that you'll be judged for what you say or how you feel. There's a feeling of acceptance here. I feel like also the two of you really listen to each other's, you listen to each other's needs. And not just, see, it's kind of coming through like, you're able to communicate your needs to this person, and they receive that information very well. That's part of why your communication is so good, and it works both ways. You pay attention and you listen to what is communicated from the other about what they need in terms of this relationship. Really beautiful energy. The last portion of this reading, I want to look at how your soulmate would describe this connection. So let's see what comes through here. Kind of some opportunity here for, we don't know what would they say about this? It could get kind of spicy or kind of juicy. Or we have balance. Wow. It's like they feel like you balance them out. They feel like there is there's an equal give and take. There's a strengthening of their weaknesses and vice versa. So interesting with that double 4 right from the beginning of the reading. Let's clarify this. Why is the balance card here? We have the 3 of Voices in reverse. That's the 3 of Swords in reverse. So I feel like, just like we were talking about putting the burden behind you with this 10 of Inspiration showing up in reverse, and that could have had to do directly with communication and kind of the burden of communication not running smoothly being put behind you with this connection. It's the same kind of energy here. This is like, this person feels like there's give and take in this relationship. And they feel like this connection has allowed them to put some kind of heartbreak, some kind of disappointment, some kind of like struggle is how it's coming through. Some kind of struggle behind them. Their past connections weren't that balanced for them, is what I'm seeing here. Their past connections never seemed balanced. It didn't seem like it was reciprocal. It didn't seem like the communication was there. It didn't seem like there was understanding there. And now in this connection, they are putting all of that behind them. So this is really showing that it's like they're able to heal. That's what the revolution is about, because it's like that's massive growth and transformation. So they're able to heal and put some of the stuff behind them because of the balance that they found in the soulmate connection. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Yeah, so I think I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you did enjoy this reading, if you resonated with any of these messages, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in another reading really soon. Bye.